The four cocoons in Black Clover have gotten to a point where it reached the same amount of hype as Morris did. These next few chapters are either going to give people PTSD about the Morris situation, or it's going to turn out to be very relevant to what happens next in Black Clover. Although whether the four cocoons are going to mean something in the next few chapters or not, I'm on the side that they will, eventually, but I'm not too sure about its purpose. I've heard reasons like the Dark Triad will emerge from these four cocoons with their undying bodies, or that these roots just represent the way the Cleapot tree is growing. Pick your poison. However, I got a third possibility on my mind that ties into Lucifero. Now, before we begin, if you're a returning viewer and you haven't already, be sure to turn on notifications so that you can be notified when a new Black Clover video drops. And if you're a new viewer, welcome. I hope you find this video to your likings. Alright, let's begin. The roots from the Cleapot tree have been stated by the Spade Resistance to be absorbing mana from the human world. They've also been forming these four cocoons over the course of the war for whatever reason. The first time we've seen this is as early as when Asta fought Lilima in chapter 289. Most of the people believe that this represents the Dark Triad's position, whether it's from powering the ritual or being the cocoons for their undying bodies. That leaves a fourth position, which would either be Morris or the fourth Zogratis. Most likely the fourth Zogratis though. Now remember that these four cocoons are now embedded in Lucifero's vessel because he merged with the Cleapot and was using Yami and Vangelis as a core, but they're now free. However, oddly enough, don't you think that these four cocoons embedded in Lucifero might be tied together in how things are about to play out since he's merged with the Cleapot tree? I know he just got split in two by Asta, but he still merged with that tree. If someone is going to be reborn from those cocoons, barring that's what their purpose is, wouldn't that make them byproducts of the Cleapot itself? The same Cleapot that's made from world tree magic and dark magic? And since Lucifero is now merged with it, could he now be powered by those that emerged from it? That's if he's alive. I know Presence of the Demon King is deactivated, so that might be a clue that he's not alive, at least in the human world. But it might be deactivated because of the anti-magic infinite slash used by Asta. But let's say he is still alive. So essentially what I'm saying is that each person that emerges from the cocoon, barring that's what they are, cocoons, then since they emerged from the Cleapot, which was made by World Tree and Dark Magic, that could be four individuals that could act as the new core for Lucifero, or just power him up enough so he can manifest. Or to take it a step further, since there would be four individuals created from the Cleapot, then each one can individually keep the gates to the underworld open and act as a new separate gateway to reach the human world, since they would essentially be four separate pairs of Yami and Vangelis created by their power, if you get what I'm saying. So Dante Reborn would be a pair created by Yami and Vangelis' power. Vonica Reborn would be a pair created by Yami and Vangelis' power, and the same would apply for Xenon and the four Zogratis. All four would be byproducts of the Cleapot created by Yami and Vangelis' magic. And since they now have undying bodies, the ritual will continue until all seven gates eventually open. So to sum up what I just said, the four Zogratis siblings will be reborn with their undying bodies and will emerge from the Cleapot tree itself, which was created by dark magic and world tree magic. So they're a byproduct of that, meaning that they will serve as the new activators for the ritual, and since they can't die, the ritual will run until all seven gates eventually open. Or they will serve as the new piece for Lucifero's manifestation by powering him up for his advent, barring that he's still alive. This is something that I'm leaning towards because that would mean Yami and Vangelis wouldn't have to be chased down again for the ritual, but instead have the Triad be the new activators from here on out. Alright, that's all I got for you today. What do you think the four Zogratis siblings have in store for us with their new undying bodies, if they come out now, that is? I'd love to talk about that in the comments, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch it. Peace out.